Hello and greetings. This is Stan Houston. A little time together for my students and friends from around the world, and I was thrilled that we're approaching 12,000 students. And that's been incredibly encouraging to me, and I'm so grateful that many of you have signed up for classes and courses. We're expanding our outreach on a number of different platforms, and many of you have been so very kind to comment and start taking the classes and courses. And we have a lot more new classes and courses coming up, and we'll talk briefly about that. But I wanted to just kind of encourage you today with a discouraging story. Yeah, it's my story. Oftentimes, as one of my friends, Tim Hare, who's a venture capitalist and who will be one of the major speakers and contributors and is on this week coming up on our What It Takes Radio. What It Takes Radio. www. What It Takes Radio. I do a little 4 to 5 minute commentary Monday through Thursday, and then we have a full-scale broadcast program that's Friday throughout the weekend, and I know that you'll learn a lot from that. In fact, Tim really helped me with a wonderful line the other day, and it's true for me. He said, Stan, sometimes we are not human beings. We forget that we are human beings because we are human doings. We're just so busy and so frenetic that all we are is we're doing things. And perhaps part of being a human being is to be very present, to slow down and be who we are and not say that it's all about doing. We are not human doings, we are human beings. Wow, bang, right across the head. So I share that with you. Now, another thing that I've learned that I'd like to share with you is a story that I said is discouraging, at the same time maybe encouraging. Amazon got it deeply wrong. Jeff Bezos is a billionaire and I'm not. But here's a story about an initial encounter with that Amazon company many years ago. Amazon began basically doing something that was very different at that time. They sold people books online. New idea. You didn't have to go to the bookstore. You could go online and almost any book you wanted, you could buy the book and they'd send it out to you. That's what Amazon was an online bookstore. Now, about that time, and it's a number of years ago now, I was approached by one of my friends, Joe Pine, a former student of mine, and we had just kind of recently reacquainted, and I was very much involved in coaching, starting to make that happen. And he said, hey, I got an offer from a friend, a client of mine, and they've started a new company, and what they're about is they're going to make e-books, electronic books. They're going to sell electronic books, and they got a deal where Amazon is going to give them a try, where not only can you buy the hardbound book, but you can actually buy an electronic book and have it downloaded on your computer right away. Now, you have to understand that part of the deal was that at that time, broadband wasn't that all over. Many people were literally doing their online work through the telephone, and such things as downloads and things that took a lot of space, it just wouldn't work. But they were going to try and do the sales of electronic books online. And they said, would you like to make some books? I said, that'd be great. And so what I did is I decided to make a group of 2 or 3 small little e-books. And what they actually were, they were, here's kind of the first one. How to be a coach. A simple guide to help people make decisions, take action, and perform at their best. And then it was made into this new kind of document called a PDF. That's right, it was a new kind of thing. And you could then take the document and you could pay your $3 or $4 and it would download to you, and then you could have that file and you could print it out. So you could have your little booklet, and they were more booklets than books almost immediately. And so I said, sure. So I actually wrote one of the very, very first ebooks for Amazon. How to be a coach. Like I said, here it is. And they started to promote it. Now, I still have somewhere a screenshot, because if you actually saw it, there was Stan Houston, How to be a Coach. It was in the ebook category, and at the very bottom, my little book was ranked #1 Amazon in ebooks. Yeah, that's right, #1. You know, I think we probably had 70 or 80 sales, but it was #1. And there it was, my name, my book, #1 on Amazon. Now, of course, it was not the regular Amazon, it was their ebook category, but that's what we did. And we thought this is going to be, and then I wrote another one, and I wrote another one. And we thought, well, this is going to be great. Well, then we got the word that Amazon was shutting down. That's right. The guy who had the contract, Amazon, we're out of here. And here was the explanation. Amazon had explored the idea of an ebook, and they had used us to kind of explore that and experiment. And Amazon had decided there was no future in ebooks. None. Wasn't going to work, wouldn't happen. And so they said, you're off, you're gone. We're closing it down. And so there we were. We were lost. Gone. And I said, you know, I think this is going to work. They said, no, Amazon said it won't work. Well, then later on, of course, you know the rest of the story. They then came out with the Kindle and the ebook reader. And of course, we now know what is true of ebooks. And yet Amazon had said to us, hey, it will never work. Well, we were right and we were wrong. We had the right idea, but of course we were at the wrong time. Well, I've tried to make amends for that, but actually what I did is that encouraged me to then take my little book called The Coaching Experience, How to Be a Coach, and I actually went on, and for the last few years I was writing a little booklet about what it would take to be what I would call a world-class business performance coach. What it would take, everything I was learning about being a coach. And I wrote them and sold a few, but for the most part, they just sat there. Now, with online education, I decided, you know what, I can bring this back. And so I have now started a series of classes and courses in which I'm going to teach you what I've learned in 25 years of how to be a coach and a guide and mentor to people in their life and their career, how to be a business and life coach. And we're going to do it in the sense that we have an introductory course that's free, and then every 2 weeks we will come out with a new module. For instance, how to be a coach. That one is on Amazon. No, it's not on Amazon. It's online. And guess what? We are now taking the course, and we are going to make the course with an accompanying ebook. And guess where it's going to be sold? You got it. It's going to be an Amazon Kindle. So 12, 15 years later, we are finally going to get our book on how to be a coach on Amazon. But in a modern sense, it's also online. It is living, speaking, breathing, teaching me online. And then it's going to be accompanied with you got it, a Kindle ebook. So perhaps all good things eventually will come to somebody who is a bit patient and a bit persistent. I hope you'll think about these things. Sometimes you are in the right place, but it's the wrong time. Sometimes you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I wanted to share that story with you, and I want you to think about your ability and your idea of what are you going to create? What kind of product are you going to create and bring to the marketplace? Today, you're going to have to do what it takes: wisdom, insight, and truth, teaching, speaking, helping others. People are wanting. So much in life is not working right now. And if you can help people solve their problems, help them get better at what they do, that they can make things work that aren't working, if you have wisdom and insight and teaching about that, the future belongs to you. And I'd like to help you learn how to do that as you take some of my classes and courses, but I want to help you build your own class and course and even write your own book on Kindle. I even have a course on how to do that. You can actually write a book for Kindle in 30 days using your iPhone. All kinds of stuff can happen today. Well, just a few thoughts, some ideas, and perhaps some insights. I'm Stan Houston. Thank you for your time. I'd love to hear from you. More than that, I'd like to hear some of your ideas about how you are going to do and have what it takes to change your world and perhaps the world. All the best and blessings. Till next time, bye for now.